people can't stand him. And what happens as a result? Let me see if I can find it now.
Where did you get it?
I actually got it through Netflix. Long time ago. Maybe it's older than that. Joshua movie. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Joshua. Yes, 2002. This is it.
2002.
This is it. Yes, this is it.
I think I watched it. You watched it?
It's not the second coming of Jesus. That's misleading. But it's basically Jesus comes to a small town.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Yes. No one knows where he came from.
Right.
They call him a stranger.
Yes. Yes, this is it. This is what I would recommend. This is what I would recommend.
Joshua tells the story of the possible second coming of Christ in this west town.
It's really good. Another good Christian movie I would recommend would be Time Changers.
Time changers.
Time Changers. It's sort of like The Time Machine meets Christianity. It's the story of a guy. He lives in 1897, and he's a young theologian at a Bible college. And what happens is he knows this professor who's built a time machine. And what this professor does is he sends him into the future, to the year 2005, I think, which would have been nowadays, which in comparison. And he's completely overwhelmed by the change in culture. It's really a good movie. It's to compare and contrast, you know, the late 19th century with the early 21st century. And how much what Christians would have thought absolutely unthinkable to do in public, when he goes to the 21st century, it's just like he sees it on a movie and is absolutely, he goes out of his mind. He's like, oh my gosh, someone on the screen just blasphemed the Lord. Stop the movie, stop. And everyone's like, what's wrong with you? Very interesting kind of perspective. You know what I mean?
Right.
And how far we've come and how much we've grown accustomed to our culture without even thinking. Just a good movie. It's nice. Time Changers would be another one. One other movie before I let you go. If you're interested in the UFO phenomenon, I would recommend the movie Unidentified. Unidentified. It's a Christian movie. Yes, this is it. Unidentified. I mean, it's very blatantly an evangelical Christian movie, but it's an interesting way that they approach the UFO phenomenon through an evangelical Christian perspective. It's just something to think about. Okay. So those would be, Joshua would be my #1 pick. That would be, I would really encourage you if you could find it. You could probably, I think you can find it on, Amazon Prime if you have that. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore. And I doubt if it's on Hulu. So you would either have to go to YouTube or to Amazon Prime. And I think you might be able to find it there. But if not, and if you're really interested in this, I could show it, because I have a disc copy of it that I could show. It's really, yeah, you have to see it. I'm really impressed with it, the way that they did it.
at Amazon.
I'm sorry?
$9.99 at Amazon.
Oh, so you can get it on Amazon. Oh, wow. Okay, so there you are. There you go. $10 and you can watch it.
Yeah, it's
What is your comment on God is not dead.
You know, I saw the first movie of that. Again, my first I'm very critical of Christian movies, I have to just tell you.
But it was written by Catholic guys that come to the church here every day, noon mass.
Really?
Yeah, Chuck and Carrie. But they had to abide with the Christian producers, whatever that name, Pure Flex, those are the Christian producers.
It just, like for example, Unidentified. It's a very Christian movie. They kind of beat you over the head with it, and they present a scenario that's like, this doesn't happen in real life. It just doesn't. This just doesn't happen. You know, you wish it would, but it doesn't. You know, I mean, as a Christian. So when I saw God is not dead, my first thought was, this doesn't happen in real life. No, this isn't how atheists really think. This is not what they go with. So it's somewhat contrived. It's more of a Christian caricature of unbelievers. And I find that disingenuous. I just don't find it viable. I'd rather see something that's much more realistic, personally.
Have you seen, there's a TV series called God Friended Me?
No,
It's about an atheist.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, I think it's every Sunday. I forgot the channel, but Channel 2.
Every Sunday? What's the title? What's the title?
God friended me.
Unfriended me?
Friended.
Oh,
Like you're on Facebook and he's friending you.
oh, is that good?
Eh,
Well, it's about an atheist. It's a TV series.
So God is not dead writers rectified themselves. They are now writing a real movie. It's called The Unplanned. Pro-life. Anti-abortion.
Oh,
so it's
good.
coming out next year. It's unplanned. You know, unplanned pregnancy.
Unplanned. Oh, I thought you said unplugged. I'm like,
Unplanned.
oh.
Unplanned.
Okay.
Pro-life.
Well, I've kept you way too long, but I appreciate the questions. We'll do this again some other time, but I do want us to get back to our study in Song of Songs. So hopefully we'll bring that back after the election. So have a good night, and I will see you then.
Thank you.
You're welcome.